is I could totally see more businesses and schools and things like that having gardens available. Even if it's like, hey, I'm working at a hospital and we have a meditation garden, right? More than that, what I would love is a vegetable garden because that could be like productive for, patient care and all that stuff. But I think that, moving forward, I could 100% see or would like to see just more gardens really everywhere, whether it be like at your kids' preschool, right? Like we teach kids, what is it, Montessori
The
learning,
monster. Yep.
where they learn like everything. I mean, not everything, but they learn like life skills, right?
Right.
Like when they're like 3 years old, you have like a 2-year-old knowing how to sweep, right? I'm like, okay, well, why don't we implement a green space there, right? And teach the 2-year-old how to water a seed, right? Like that's a great skill. That's a life skill, right? Or like, why don't we implement them in high schools, right? I think that some of the local high schools here actually have gardening programs where they learn how to grow food and whatnot. But yeah, having more, honestly, like I know green space feels very broad in terms of like, oh, it's green, right? But like, I really think having more vegetable gardens specifically
Hmm.
could be very beneficial to our community. Just having access to food. Like, imagine you're working your 9 to 5. Do you work in like an office?
Yes.
Yeah, same. So imagine you're working your 9 to 5 and there is a dedicated employee garden outside, vegetable,
Ooh.
specific vegetable garden, right?
Ooh.
And you're like, oh, well, I didn't pack my lunch today. I'm just going to take a walk in the garden. You go out to the garden and there's salad greens, right? And you're like, yeah, hey, I didn't pack my lunch and this is an employee garden. I'm just going to pick some salad greens and why don't I make a salad for lunch? Like, how freaking cool would that be? You know what I mean?
Honestly,
Like,
that would be amazing. Like if
like,
I'm hungry and
right,
there's apples or a
right.
particular vegetable
Like,
or fruit for snack time,
imagine,
I could take it back and cut it
right?
up and eat in the
Imagine, oh,
office.
we have an orange tree in our, community, our employee garden. I'm gonna go pick an orange, and I'll go back to my desk. Like, what if, like, organizations, companies, whatever you want to call them, what if they prioritized gardens and access to healthy food in a way that was prioritizing employee well-being, right?
Mm.
Like, what if we had these green spaces, these vegetable gardens, even if they're small, right? And it was available to employees to take a moment, even if it's maybe you're not the person that's going to go out there and pick lettuce. Fine, maybe that's not your jam, but you could go out there and listen to a wind chime and sit there and read your book on your break, and you know what I mean, like, and have just like a moment of peace
At least
before
have the
going back
option
to
to
your
do it,
right
at
before going back
least.
to your desk. So I think that there is so much room for green spaces, for vegetable gardens, and all of that within our workplace. And I think, even like I said, just bringing it into what kids are learning within their communities and their schools. Um, and ultimately just kind of getting back to having those green spaces in your own environment, even if you're in an apartment. Okay, like that's okay, why don't we have something on our little balcony? That's actually how I started growing. I started my garden on my townhouse patio, right?
Oh,
So it's like, I think that the more that we can kind of get back to that and prioritize the benefits of having green spaces, the effects on your mental health, the effects on your nutrition, all of those things just would be so beneficial, I think, to society as a whole, and feeling connected more to nature. I think being connected to nature can just help quiet your mind, even for a couple seconds.